Welcome to You Make the Difference. I'm Wanda Walker, and I have as my guest today Wanda Jennings.
Good morning.
Wanda is with Mackie Wilson
Jennings Funeral Home.
That's right. That's right. And
That's
tell me the history of the funeral home. It's the first?
Yes, we are the oldest.
Oldest.
We are the oldest African American funeral home right now in LaGrange. And it started back in the late 1920s. And at the time, it was Mackie and Johnson. And then other owners came in, and then my dad started at the funeral home, Mr. Alfred Jennings, the late Alfred Jennings. He started when he was 14 years old.
14?
Yes, and he knew what he wanted to do, and this was the only job he had. And he was trained by Mr. Wilson at the time, who was the owner. And later, he became a part owner and then owner of Mackie Wilson Jennings Funeral Home.
Yes, and Wanda, you have an event coming up, and
yes,
the event is bringing the ages together.
Yes.
And you've been doing this for 10 years.
Wow, I'm taking a deep breath on that one, Wanda.
Yes, and I want to know, what was in your heart when you started bringing the ages together?
Well, there's a lot that really went into that. The first initial thing was doing something to honor my dad, Alfred Jennings, because he was the first African American to serve on the board of directors for, it was at that time, West Georgia's Health Center, Medical Center, sorry.
Yes.
And now it's West Georgia Health. And also I was at a convention, a funeral convention, and one person asked me an important question: what are you doing for the community? So I looked at that, and I looked at my dad and his history with the love of health and helping people, and seeing so many people coming to the funeral home, asking questions about, where can I get my bills paid? How can I get help doing this? So the idea came to bring these people to the community. And the first year we had organizations like the United Way with Patty Youngblood. We had Georgia Department of Labor, and still do, we have them. WellCare, which is the Medicaid program out of Columbus, CAFE and LaGrange Housing, and we've had personal aid. We've had so many organizations to come out. But the trick, because sometimes it's difficult to get people to come to events. So I wanted to do a family style where you have all ages, okay, coming together in a fun-filled day in a family environment, but getting information, because an informed community is a productive community. So we decided to do fried fish and fried biscuits, hot dogs, and live entertainment, and also allow young groups to come in, you know, to practice their craft, and it just kind of really involved. And then the first year was just overwhelming. We had over 900 people there. We were not.
Wow.
I thought maybe 100 or two, but.
Did you have enough fried biscuits?
No. We had to go out and buy more food, and at the time there were a few churches there, and they donated so that we could go out and purchase more. And, you know, it was really something that showed that that was a need for the area. So I decided to continue to do it. And in 2006, I worked with DeVita Dialysis, which at one time was West Georgia Dialysis, and Judy Wright was there. And we got together along with Mr. John Riley, who she introduced me to.
Yes.
And at the time, he was with the National Kidney Foundation. And we started doing free kidney testing. That's the real creatinine, the $200 plus test per person, absolutely. And we housed this at Warren Temple United Methodist Church, which is located on East Depot Street. And we did that for several years. But lo and behold, and since this is a show of Christian and the Spirit, lo and behold, God put it on my heart to do a health fair last year.
Yes.
And I'm saying to myself, you gotta be kidding. I mean, doing one event, you know, trying to keep it free, relying on businesses, which definitely contribute, churches. How in the world am I going to do 2 festivals at one time? And health, you know, you got to get people to come out and donate their time.
Yes.
Well, you know how Jonah, you know, he ran. So I was running because I did not want to do it. But I couldn't shake it. So I started making calls, and I got in touch with West Georgia Health, Patty Rogers, and they said they were coming on board, and they were going to bring the breastmobile to do the breast exams and blood screening. So okay, I said, all right. So the thing he put on my heart was try to do as many services at one time, because of the economy. People don't have insurance, and I know that we can't treat them, but we can give them a fighting chance of knowing what's going on with their bodies so that they can get help. So I started talking to physicians, and you know, right now we have about 9 different services.
Yeah, let's talk about what those services are.
Okay. West Georgia Health is going to be doing free breast exam and all the blood screenings. District 4 Health Services will be doing HIV testing. We're praying for dentists, so if you know anyone who is a dentist or
yes.
your dentist, persuade them to come out and just do a basic screening. We had one, but they had to cancel, so that's something that's needed. Also, Vision, Dr. Brent and Associate out of Walmart, along with the Lions Lighthouse, they're going to be providing vision. And the Lions Lighthouse out of Atlanta also will be providing hearing. So right now we're going to do the breast exam, the blood, HIV, vision and hearing, and also we're going to have chiropractic care.
Yes.
From Back to Life Chiropractic, and they were one of the first that came on. Also, Dr. Rahij is going to be doing heart and stroke. We're going to have pulse and oxygen, which is an important test, Wanda, because a lot of people don't understand how important it is that the oxygen is flowing through your body.
Yes.
It has to go through the cells and the organs, and particularly that thinker up there, that brain. So Angels of Hope, they're going to be coming out and doing testing on that. And, you know, the Herb Shop, forget
yes.
about them, the Herb Shop, they're going to be doing a test which is really, really great. And I'm a holistic person, so I can relate to this. They have a little test where that you can put your hands in, and it can read everything that's wrong with your body from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet.
Wow.
And then they can recommend different natural things to do. So I'm really excited, and I was told those tests were very, very expensive, and the new Herb Shop decided to come out and offer that to the community. They're located on Bull Street, by the way. And also, DaVita Dialysis, we're going to have a lot of information. People come out setting information tables up. DaVita Dialysis is going to be doing the Kidney Smart program. Troup County Health, Troup County Education Health. I didn't know they had a health service, okay? They're going to be coming out as well. Kaiser Permanente is coming out to do, to set up a table as well. And I have a few more people too that's going to be coming out. So you have a
big space that you're able to,
you know,
place all these people on, right?
Yes, yes. Fortunately, Teaching Loving Care Daycare,
yes.
Miss Thomasina Thornton, who has the heart of gold, okay, she's located at 411 East Depot Street. That's where the Health Expo is going to be. So we're all in the same block. So people will be able to enjoy the festival and go get healthy as well. And can I mention a few other people, if you don't mind? Because I want to make sure everybody gets proper advertisement for doing this service for free. The Surgical and Cosmetic Dermatology Group is coming out as well. Kathy Hammett of West Georgia is doing women's health. And then we're going to have a literature table on sickle cell information. The foundation sent information down. Georgia Free Clinics, we're doing a list so that you'll know where the free clinics are in our area. I think we do have one here, True Cares.
Yes, we do.
And also District 4 is providing some information on tobacco. So I think we have a full day.
I think so too. I wonder how long it would take somebody to go through all those screenings. Do you know that?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
You know, when you're dealing with screenings, you're not dealing with a lot of time.
Right.
Okay. Now, the only thing that I could see that will take some time would be breast exams.
Yes.
Okay. But we planned this where there's going to be a flow. We're going to have almost 20 volunteers, you know, to help this thing run smoothly. Fortunately enough, Ms. Thomasina's Teaching Loving Care Daycare has loads of rooms because they're classrooms.
Yes.
So we've set them up individually. So each provider has their own room, and they'll have their assistants and people to intake, what we call intake people, that will be able to see the people first, so the doctors won't have any problems. You know, they don't have to deal with that. So we've taken a lot of time to try to plan this, and with the grace of God, it will go through smoothly.
Yes, and we haven't said what day it's going to be.
Absolutely, absolutely. This will be September 21st, which is the third Saturday. This event traditionally has always been and will always be the third Saturday of every September of each year. And it is from 1 to 5 p.m. And let me break this down. 2 events. Okay, 2 events.
Right.
The first event, the free festival that we've been having for 10 years, That will still continue. And you know, we have the fried fish and the fried biscuits and hot dogs and Coca-Cola and all the drinks and lemonade. And Chick-fil-A is coming out this year. Last year we had Zaxby's, but
yes,
they're coming out. So that's going to be September 21st, 1 to 5 on the grounds of Mackie Wilson Jennings Funeral Home.
Which is 507?
507 East Depot Street.
Right.
We blocked the streets off, and Crime Stoppers is there to make sure everything we're okay. So that's what we're going to have there. And also during that free festival, you'll have a chance to win an Apple iPad Mini, $2 a ticket, and then the proceeds benefit the Georgia Diabetes Coalition out of Atlanta. Part 1.
Yes.
From 1 to 5, 507 East Depot Street, Mackie Wilson Jennings, the free festival. Remember the fried fish and fried biscuits, right? Now, Part 2, same day, same time, both simultaneously.
Right.
Okay? We're going to have a health expo, all right? Which means we're going to be placing as many health services in one location. And that's going to be September 21st from 1 to 5, okay? At Teaching Loving Care Daycare at 411 East Depot Street. Now, if you don't have insurance, this is where you need to be.
Yes, that's right.
And if you know people that don't have insurance, tell them this is where you need to be. September 21st from 1 to 5, Teaching Loving Care. You'll be able to walk to the festival, then within a half a block, maybe a little less, okay? You'll go to the health fair, or if you choose to go to the health expo, you can come to the festival then and enjoy it and get some of that fried fish and fried biscuits. Have you ever had a fried biscuit?
I don't think I had heard of a fried biscuit.
Yes, this is a South Georgia tradition. They do that, and the people love it. So
yeah, instead of bacon,
excited.
you fry?
You
Do
fry
you make
them.
up the biscuit the same way?
I can't give you my secret,
Oh, okay.
Wanda.
Oh, okay.
Can't give you the secret, but they're really, really good.
Yeah, and you know, I was thinking, you know, even if you do have insurance, it would be nice to go through and get some of those screenings too, because
Oh, yeah,
lots of
absolutely.
times you have a deductible to meet, or you know, healthcare costs that are tied with insurance that you could avoid by doing that. And you know, if you can just stick your hand in a machine and find out what's wrong with you, I mean, that's a great opportunity.
I am so excited. Like I told you, I'm a holistic person, and I do believe in that, and it works. You know, it really does. A lot of the herbs work. And I'm not speaking against traditional medicine, because we need that as well. But this particular service is really good, like you said, for people that do have insurance. And right now, even if you have insurance, it's limited.
Yes.
I mean, it could be very limited. So you can get a full exam just by that one testing. So
yes.
I mean, we're not excluding people that have insurance. We want everybody to come out and take advantage of it. And I also want to make sure that the people in the county, please, this is an event for Troup County and surrounding areas. That means Hogansville, that means West Point.
Yes.
Because we've had participants that when we had the kidney testing, they came in from Valley, they came in from Lynette. So this is a God thing.
Yes.
This is for all people, all races, everybody. I know with our kidney testing, we had the largest Hispanic, thanks to Ilya Baltez,
Yes.
out of Dash, testing, you know, in the area. So bringing the ages together, bringing people together. This is what this is about.
Yes, that's wonderful. And you're going to have some entertainment there too, right?
Yes, I get so involved with the health part of it. You know, I have a guilty pleasure here. I'm a reality television show fan on some things, you know, and it's just mindless entertainment. But God, when you're obedient, okay, when you are obedient, you remember I told you I didn't want to do this thing, but because of this health expo, we got a call from one of the workers or production people at VH1 Network, okay, and they're going to be launching a new reality show, and it's called Single Mothers of Atlanta. Pure drama, but they told me it's going to be a different twist. It's going to be dealing with real life, you know, situations, which is really good. And when I got the call, I'm like, "Are you for real? Is this for real?" They were like, "Yeah." They're going to use us as their community service segment.
Yes.
So it's a possibility that we will be on national television. For Bringing the Ages Together will be featured. Hopefully we'll make the cut on this. But they will be coming, Single Mothers of Atlanta. And I want to thank Miss Brenda Rich, who is the creator, female, he's creator of Be Rich Productions, for actually having the cast to come down. They're going to be coming down, signing autographs, and going through the health festival, and they're going to be set up, and they want to meet and greet the people. So there are a lot of single mothers out there that have not had their turn in the reality genre. This is your turn. We did a interview with the executive producer of the show, and also the creator of the show on a local radio station Sunday. And he mentioned something that I thought was really interesting. He said, even though it's called the Single Mothers of Atlanta,
yes,
they're going to be featuring single fathers as well, because there's a growing number of single men that are actually parenting children.
That's right.
So we're excited to have that cast come down. You may get a chance to be on TV, national TV, and it's just going to be great. And we're also going to have some local entertainment. And for those of you all who do have talent, we welcome that opportunity for you to come down and share with people. So, and just give me a call so we can put you on the schedule, okay?
Yeah, and tell them what your number is.
My number is 706-882-6612. That's 706-882-6612. Is it too much? I mean, you know, give an email address. Do you do that on TV?
You can do that.
The email address is WJEN, it's a long one, N69782@AOL.com.
Okay.
And that's how you can reach me.
Now, you know, Wanda, this is a big thing for you to have put together. I mean, it's tremendous.
Yes.
But you know, one of the things that I have found is, like, if you want to do something in the community, there are a lot of services or a lot of people who are excited about coming and doing something like this, because, like with the health department, they want to reach out and test people for HIV. There are doctors who want people screened, and so it's really amazing how you can look at this and think that's such a big thing to try to accomplish, and it is.
It is.
It is. But then to see how so many people will end up coming around you, and I think it does have to be a God thing.
It is.
For that to happen, and that's how you can be assured that it is that when you approach somebody, they're very willing to come and do it. And you know, even people out of Atlanta are coming to help you with different things, and people in, like, West Georgia Health is coming, and dentists coming, and
no, we need a dentist.
Yeah, well,
we need a dentist.
They're coming. They're coming.
Okay, in the name of Jesus,
yes,
they're coming.
They're coming. Yes.
Okay.
And so, I mean, I really love it when people step out of their comfort zone. I know you had to step out of your comfort zone to do this, and begin to do something for the community, and it comes together, and it comes together beautifully.
Yes, yes.
Now, tell me, what has been your inspiration just in your life?
Wow.
Tell me some people who've influenced your life and you feel have brought you to this point where you can reach out into the community and have an impact.
Wow. That's a question.
Yeah, and I know one of them already from just having conversations with
my
you.
Father
is your daddy.
You know, I grew up in a period, okay, during the time where African Americans were very mindful to be helpful to each other.
Yes.
Okay. And not only with just my dad, but my mother was Dorothy Jennings, was very, very active in politics, very active in the community. And as a child, I grew up, okay, working on campaigns, going out into the community and helping. I grew up helping the community. So that's how I'm wired.
Yes.
You know, that's almost in my DNA. And as I grew older, it became more obvious that this is what I'm a servant. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I help people. But to also answer your question, Wanda, I've been blessed in this life to be exposed to a lot of people that, how can I put this? Bill Cosby, I'll give you an example. I had a chance to meet him in my early days.
Oh, really?
Maya Angelou, I had a chance to meet her in my early days. So, Eartha Kitt,
Uh-huh.
I had a chance to meet and have conversations with these people in my earlier days that influenced my thinking when I was in my early 20s.
Yes.
And I listened.
Uh-huh.
I listened to them because I grew up at a time where when you're around people that are older than you, that have more knowledge and experience, you listen. And those things were instilled in me. I still practice them. So I've been, really fortunate to be around positive, progressive-minded people, and particularly community people.
Yes.
So I've had a lot of influences, but the main ones were my parents. And children, if you're watching, remember that it is not athletes, okay, that are your role models. My godmother and godfather, Frank Lewis, Laura Lewis.
Yes.
They had a library named after them.
Yeah.
They were community-minded people. Those were my heroes.
Yes.
So I'm getting chills.
And your
thinking
mama
about
was
this.
a teacher, is that
My
right?
mom, she started out actually in LaGrange.
Uh-huh.
She taught at Ethel Kite back
Yes.
in the 50s in Moundville. But her career just, this woman did so many different things. She went into the media part of education. She was curricular planning for the state. But the main thing, she was always politically, always community-minded. I remember, and I'm just going off here, but I remember back in the 70s marching with Angela Davis. I don't know if you're familiar with her,
No,
black
tell me.
activist.
Yes.
That was, during that time, they had political prisoners.
Uh-huh.
And people all across the country gathered to fight for her, to get her out of prison and that sort of thing because of her beliefs.
Yes.
And her ideas. And I remember doing these things as a child and at the age of 10 getting on the phone, calling people to canvass for politics when we were running an African American in the 1960s for governor.
Yes.
Which is unheard of. So this is just, I'm wired this way. I can't help it.
Yeah.
And people ask me, why do you do this? It's not helping your business. I said, well, see, it's not about that.
Right.
First of all, it's about a vision that God has given me. So I have to obey. And if you don't, he's going to make you do it anyway.
Well,
So-
and that also leads me to the question about the funeral home.
Mm-hmm.
A woman director of the funeral home. Tell me about that role, and it seems like that's a comfortable fit for you, right?
Well, to be honest with you, Mackie Wilson Jennings, I am not the first female owner.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Wilson, who passed away, passed it on to his wife, Miss Lyra Hughley, who was another community person. She was a total activist. As a matter of fact, she was appointed back in the 70s as a special aide to one of the governors here.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember his name. So she was big with Red Cross. So Lyra Hughley was a female owner, so we're not a far stretch from having females being in leadership in Mackie Wilson Jennings. But for me, it was a natural fit because I've always been in the background.
Uh-huh.
My dad, who was smart enough to let me know what was going on in the business, and I would come and watch him in the embalming room and that sort of thing. So I picked up so much, subconsciously, not even knowing it. But to go back to answer your question, what really prepared me for this, I
Yes.
think, my husband was diagnosed with kidney disease and lymphoma. Just a lot of stuff that was going on with him. So I had to be a caregiver for 2 years.
Yes.
And for 24 hours care with my husband. And through that process, I learned so much about the VA because he was a veteran, medical, how to deal with them and getting medical assistance, Social Security, I learned so much by the experience that I had with him. So he passed away in 2002 in April. My dad passed away in 2002 in November.
Wow.
So, yeah. So God prepared me in so many, and I wasn't realizing it. And because I was like, why am I going through all of this?
Yes.
But through those experiences, I learned how to help people to do what I'm doing now. Because this business is not all about just burying people. It's about providing a service.
Yes.
And helping people. And particularly with African Americans, because traditionally, the African American funeral home was a focal point for help. You had to be a lawyer. You had to be a doctor, because back in those days, a lot of people couldn't read.
Right.
So they had to rely on the funeral directors and stuff and teachers to, look over their little paperwork or whatever they needed. And people actually got married at the funeral home. Can you believe? Really? As a matter of fact, the late W.S. McCutcheon, who just passed away, he was married. And because there was a notary, and at the time a notary could do that. So traditionally, you know, we have been about helping people, taking folks to the doctor and that sort of thing. So with that DNA part of me that's the servant that wants to help people, this is a natural fit. And I just can't help but do it.
Yes, and you were telling me that your daddy really served the community.
Oh God!
While he was living, and
that
even provided some financial support to people when they needed it.
Always.
Yes.
Always provided financial support.
Yes.
You know, people would come to him for all types of issues, and because of how he was raised, because his mother was that way, my grandmother, he believed in helping people.
Yes.
And I really believe, because at one time I was like, why are you giving all this money away to these people? This is when I was in my 20s. I didn't understand that when you cast your stuff on the water,
yes.
I'm going to try to say this in a biblical sense, but when you cast your bread
yes.
upon the water, it comes back.
Right.
And that's what he was doing. And he always stressed the importance of tithing. And I didn't get that, but now I do.
Yes.
You have to put in for it to come back. And you also have to do it with a pure heart. Your intentions have to be right. You know, when you serve people and do things, you can't always do it just to get it back. You know,
oh yes.
With that in mind. So he did things from his heart.
Yeah.
He loved the city of LaGrange. He loved the people of LaGrange, and he served so much on that health board, the Board of Health. It was, was it Troup County Hospital? I think that's how it started out.
City County Hospital?
City County Hospital.
Yes.
Well, he was on the board that transitioned it to West Georgia Medical Center.
Huh.
Yeah, and he served as vice chair of the board, and he also served as chair of the finance. He was good with money.
Yes, well, he planted that love of LaGrange in his daughter, didn't he?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
The love of people.
Yes.
Wherever I go, I always try to help.
Good.
You know, I do.
And we just want to say again that the event is Saturday.
Saturday, this coming Saturday. Always remember, this event will take place the third Saturday of September, September 21st, 1 to 5 p.m., 2 events. First event will be the Free Festival, and that's going to be held on the grounds of Mackie Wilson Jennings Funeral Home, and it's located at 507 East Depot Street. You're going to get your free fish, fried biscuit, information, well care, Georgia Department of Labor, live entertainment, and VH1 Network. Single Mothers of Atlanta reality show will be here on site. And also, second event, same day from 1 to 5 p.m. is at the grounds of Teaching Loving Care Daycare. That's Miss Thomasina Thornton's daycare, and it's located at 411 East Depot Street. We're going to have at least 9 or more different services for you, from vision, chiropractic care, breast exam, blood, HIV testing, everything there from 1 to 5. So that's what's going on Saturday, September 21st from 1 to 5.
Yes, and we encourage you to come out to the event, bringing the ages together.
Yes.
Thank you for watching You Make the Difference.
It's a year of replevin